received quite a few requests asking me to provide more details in building this guitar, and it is what this video is all about. This is the second travel instrument I built, and there are many areas for improvement which I will point out in this video also. Hopefully, if you plan to build one, you can correct all my mistakes and come up with a better instrument. The design is modeled after this product, and the main difference is I tried to create a small sound box so that I can practice my guitar without needing an amplifier. This is my ukulele, and I make the neck using a piece of oak, and it is about 0.75 inches thick. I round off the edges, and then I glue the fretboard on top. I will show you at the end of this video where I got my fretboard. I'm applying the same idea to make the neck for this guitar. Instead of using oak, which is pretty difficult to work with, it's a hardwood, I use ash, which is good enough to handle the stress, and I drilled 6 holes for the strings. The width of this piece of wood is 3.5 inches, and the thickness is about 0.75 inches. At the end of the fretboard, there's a curve. Because of the width is only 3.5 inches, I cannot do a full circle. Instead, I do a triangular shape. This is the top piece, and I use a piece of wood and cut the bottom piece into this shape. Then I glue the top piece onto the bottom piece. There's a rectangular hole on the upper left side. It is for the Fishman pickup. In this design, I use 6 rollers, and I also place spaces between the rollers. Because the diameters of the rollers are small, I have to create channels on the wood to clear the strings. And if I have to do it again, I will use the bigger roller with larger diameter, and I don't have to do this extra step in building this guitar. I used a Allen screw, which is only 1/8 inch in diameter, and be the shaft for all the rollers. It is not strong enough. Therefore, I have to add a bracket in the middle to provide extra support, and it works. I used the 2 screws to hold the bridge in place. This allows me to refine the positioning of the bridge. And under the bridge, that is where I mount the pickup for the amplifier. I bought this guitar pickup and amplifier for around $10, and I have to cut the housing, remove the plastic so that I can mount it onto my guitar. I make another cutout for the battery. If I build another guitar, I will pick a 1-inch thick wood so that the battery will not be protruding out, and it will look much better. The tuners are mounted on a piece of wood that is 0.75 inches tall, and the top of the tuners barely clear the play surface on the strings. And if I use 1-inch thick wood, then I can mount the tuners slightly lower, maybe 0.25 inches lower than what I have now, and that would be even better. I made this support from a 6 inches long screw, which I got it from Home Depot. for maybe 50 cents. And I covered it up with heat shrink. At the end, I used the soaking hose for my garden. And it looks good. I have some spare carpet. And I use it to make the cover for the bottom of the guitar. If I do it again, I will pick a thin sheet of plywood and cover the whole bottom, and that will create a better sound box. This is the setup for the audio recording. I use a low-end amplifier. The fretboard of this guitar is very narrow, even with my small hand, and it is very difficult to play. But it is easy to build because there's no foldable neck. My other travel guitar is slightly bigger and sounds better too. I planned to build an ukulele using a similar idea. Please tell me how you feel about this project. I appreciate for yours watching my video. Please help me to promote this channel by subscribing, or at least give me a like if you find that interesting. I usually get my parts from eBay. Sometimes you see the pickups at $20, and then you see another one at $11. I usually go with the $11 one. Basically, they are the same. One thing you have to pay attention to is the ship day. Sometimes it takes a long time for them to ship you the part. When you buy the fretboard, be sure it included the fret wire. Look at the photos carefully. Sometimes the fretboard may not have the fret wire and you have to do the assembly, and it takes a lot more work to get it right. Recently I noticed at AliExpress the price for the parts are less expensive. Do not trust the description. At $3-4, the saddle or the nut will most likely be made with plastic and will not be made from bones. Hope you liked this video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.